Welcome back to another channel update. My name is Nilaus and we are finally back. I wanted to do these on a monthly basis, but I kind of fell out of the rhythm and well, now I'm back. And I just never got it started. But anyway, I'm back now. The vacation is over and we have lots of interesting things for the rest of 2024. If you're new around here or you just forgotten what the point of these channel updates are, then this is an opportunity for me to touch base with you in the community to talk a bit about what I'm planning to do content-wise, schedule-wise, maybe a little bit of life updates, and also an opportunity for you to give feedback to me on what you'd like to see more of, less of, not at all, and also sort of upcoming games and things you want me to cover here on the channel. So this is kind of a way for us to interact outside of Twitch streams, but here on YouTube. Let's start with a short update since last time. I know last time was kind of a year ago, so I don't know. Maybe you kind of, if you've been watching the streams, then you kind of know what's going on. But if not, then hey, short update. So I started the live streaming or started content creation as a full-time employment 5.5 years ago. And for the first many years, for the first handful of years, no, a small handful of years, I was spending all of my time on content creation, gaming, streaming, YouTube videos, and it was too much. I knew it was too much, and I knew that I was at risk of burning out. But I didn't have any other hobbies, so it was just why not? And of course, you also want to make sure that things are getting off the ground in a good manner. But like a year ago, I found some new hobbies, a little more than a year ago. I found some new hobbies that have been sort of consuming my time, and those are Tantra and Shibari. I'm not going to go into details with it, but you're welcome to Google them if you're interested. And that means that, of course, that I've gotten a more healthy mix of hobbies that are not focused on sitting and watching a screen, and also my content creation, which is still a hobby, but also now isn't all consuming, which it was before. So I think it's more healthy, but this has meant that my streaming schedule have gone from maybe like 5, 6 days a week to about 4 days a week. And that's where I like it. That's where I prefer it. And it's generally Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday that I have days off. And then the rest of the days will be streaming days. That's the general gist of my streaming days. Also, YouTube content creation. I'd rather want to release 3 videos a week, something like that, instead of just trying to release 5 or 6 or even 7 days a week as I have previously done. I think this is more healthy, both for me and also just encouragement to you to make sure that not all your time is spent in front of the screen. So, what does that mean? Well, that's just an update on sort of what you can expect. And if you're sort of been feeling that I've been cutting down on my streams and my YouTube videos, now you know that's because I've also gotten some more other hobbies that are non-gaming related, and that's why. But of course, it also has an effect on the income, because if I compare my income now towards what it was a year ago, then it has dropped probably about 40%. And well, obviously that's not great, but it's also to be expected. And the thing that has kept me going over the last year, to be perfectly honest, is Patreon support. It is really the people who are supporting on Patreon, because the Patreon is a ongoing subscription, so it doesn't vary too much from month to month. Like Twitch is very much sort of, is there hype for a new game, then there's more. If there's not so much hype, then it reduces to half the next month. That's just how it is. YouTube, exactly the same. It's directly proportional to the number of views. And if there's nothing super exciting, they're not going to be views, and so on and so forth. So Patreon has really been that steady baseline income that I've been able to rely on. So I really want to say thank you very much for supporting me during this time, and particular a big thank you to the people who are supporting, despite the fact that you might not be watching as much of my content as you previously did, but you're sort of, maybe you forgot to cancel, I hope not, but maybe you're sort of going like, no, I want to support and I want to see you and I want you to do more Factorio Satisfactory when it comes around, and I want to support you in the interim. Thank you very much for that. It just means the world to me, and it's the reason why that I can continue to do this, because I'm focused on a very small niche, and I'm not doing ad integrations, even though I get a lot of offers for that. I'm not doing sponsorships, very, very rarely. So it's not really a lot of other things except sort of the community and ad revenue. So just wanted to put that out there, and also say that if you want to support the channel and the work I do here, supporting on Patreon is by far the best way. The state of factory games. Well, if I'm looking again, this is a time for me to look back, and on for the last year, there has been a lot of new games in the factory simulation genre. Quantity wise, not so much. I'm not saying that the new games are not good. Not all of them. Some are good, some are not so good. But I'm more saying that the kings of the factory genre, Factorio, Satisfactory, Dyson Sphere Program, and my personal inclusion here, Captain Industry, they still reign supreme. Nothing has come out in the last year that has anywhere near possibility to challenge that sort of that trifecta quadra, four horsemen of the factory genre. Let's call it that. And that's a bit of a shame because that would have been nice to find like a new Dyson Sphere program. Like we found Dyson Sphere program like a couple of weeks or maybe 2 weeks before it released, and just it blew us away. And it's been amazing. And when the Dark Fog update came out in around Christmas last year, it was amazing, both for content wise and channel wise and income wise, and it's just amazing. And also I love that. And then it's not really been, we've been seeing other games and they've just not really been able to get that hype going that we just love, and they've been sort of keeping us occupied for a couple of weeks and then sort of faded because they didn't have that quality or depth that was needed for them to endure. So we've been looking a lot of other games, and that's also what's going to happen in the future. So that means looking forward, we're going to be doing less of the sort of picking up a random game just because it's releasing and it's called Factory game. Not going to do that as much because honestly, maybe I'll miss the hype on the next thing. But on the other hand, I don't want to get too disappointed, and especially because there are so many exciting things coming up that I'd much rather spend my time on. So upcoming games, there are 3 games that will be dominating the rest of 2024, and we're going to start with the imminent release of Shapez 2. Shapez 2 is a really good contention for a really sort of strong factory game. It is focused exclusively on the factory aspects and not any story, campaign, politics, all that stuff. It's just take that out. It's just shapes, combine, cut, stack, color, all that stuff. It's not simple, but it sort of stripped away everything except the core of the factory genre and the puzzle genre. So I'm going to dive deep into that both on YouTube and on Twitch. So make sure that you stay tuned and give this game a chance. And I just hope this game will be popular enough that it's going to sort of outlive the first 2 weeks of hype, and it'll actually be a game that we want to come back to when there's more content releases, and there will be a sort of a healthy community of people playing it. So super excited about Shapez. It's going to be the first thing that we're going to dive deep into very, very soon. So 15th of August. The next one is, of course, Satisfactory 1.0 coming in on the 10th of September, which is also going to be super exciting. I have not played Satisfactory for quite a while, and that's very deliberate because I wanted to sort of build up that hunger to get back into it and just play the early game. The early game is probably one of the best early game experiences that I've ever experienced in any game. It is just so smooth and it's so enjoyable. So of course we're going to be starting a new game. We're going to be playing a lot more with blueprints. They're not perfect in Satisfactory, but we can sort of hacking and smash them and try to make them work and just have fun with those design challenges that they represent. And that's going to be what we can do. So it's going to be blueprint, it's going to be designs, it's going to be a new world, and it's going to be exciting. And we'll be playing through it the whole time, and I'm going to be focusing a lot of my content. So from 10th of September, when Satisfactory comes out, then you can expect to see my channel being flooded both here on YouTube and on Twitch with Satisfactory content, videos, guides, designs, let's plays, live streams, you name it, all over the place. So if you want more Satisfactory, then don't worry, this channel will cover it in excess, maybe even, I don't know. The next one, the big one, is of course Factorio 2.0. Coming in the 21st of October, and it is absolutely going to rock our worlds. Everything we've seen about it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, maybe except the graphics, because they still look 10 years old, but whatever. That's just the way of Factorio. We've gotten used to it. It's like complaining about the graphics in chess. It represents the stuff that it represents, and it's fine. It's for the depth and for the gameplay and for the mechanics and for the scalability and for the pure awesomeness that is Factorio. That's the stuff that we play it for, and there will be tons of that. There will be so many things we need to rediscover, so many weird things like the cold quality, the planets, the guides. There'll be let's plays, there'll be live streams, there'll be tutorials, there'll be an update in masterclass, and I guarantee you someone else will start doing masterclasses for Factorio. I fucking hate it. I wish I could patent that, but I can't. But anyway, I don't want to be rushing masterclasses, because masterclasses for Factorio was something that it comes after thousands of hours of play so that you really know the details. And I bet someone's going to be releasing masterclasses within the first week of the release. But fear not, we'll do the quality stuff here on for Factorio, as you can expect. And it's going to be dominating the channel, both YouTube, Twitch, everywhere, and designs and tutorials, all that stuff. It's going to be amazing. Also really looking forward to get my hands on Factorio so I can play it myself. But we're going to have to wait a little bit. Other games, well, both Captain of Industry working on trains. Dyson Sphere is working on more Dark Fog with sort of space platforms. Immensely exciting, both of those. And I don't know anything about when they're coming out. I'm just hoping, please just push it until January for my sake, because then we have time to dive deep into the other games, and then we'll have something for next year as well. It's going to be super exciting. That's just so many good things. And therefore, like, random game that comes out, it's just not going to be able to attract my attention, because there's just so many more other things that are way more interesting. Other games, I can't even think of another game that could be sort of that interesting. I mean, Frostpunk 2, will probably play it a little bit, but I really don't think it's going to be like a big thing, at least on my channel. It's probably going to be big, but not sort of for this community. I just don't think it has that depth that we need. Dawn Apart is an upcoming Factory game, but that's not even launched Kickstarter yet, so we'll keep an eye on it, but it'll probably be a year out, I would imagine, which is perfectly fine. Don't need more right now. So in conclusion, well, I'm back with channel updates. I'll try to do more channel updates more regularly. Come by on Twitch stream. That's also where I always start my Twitch streams. They start at 8 p.m. Central European time, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, usually. And it's on Twitch TV/Nilaus, and you can come by. We'll always start this session with just rambling and rants and just a good time about talking about whatever we want. So it's a good time to sort of give it an update about what's going on and talk about sort of upcoming games and whatever we feel like is moving and happening in the world. So focus on Shapez 2 into Satisfactory, into Factorio, and then Captain of Industry and Dyson Sphere if there's something happening there. That's the plan for the next year. And then just want to round up by just saying it wouldn't be possible without the supporters on Patreon. So thank you very much to all of you who are supporting on Patreon. And if you want to support the channel, that is really the best way to do it. So thank you very much, all of you, for supporting and participating and commenting, hanging out in the live stream, or coming to the Discord. It's all super amazing. So thank you very much for your continued support. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.